It's April 20th, 1945, 8:30 a.m. A morning dew is lifting as the sun begins to rise. Its rays reflecting off the barrels of Soviet artillery pieces. Sergei looks down at his watch one more time, raises his head, and nods to a nearby radio operator, who dashes off a coded message. Moments later, firing commences. The peace of the morning is shook with the sounds of booms as rockets and artillery launch their shells towards the sighted-in targets. Miles away, the neighborhood of Berlin is awoken by the sounds of explosion all along the city streets. A familiar experience, but the residents look concerned as they slowly realize this is no air raid, but a bombardment of enemy guns. Could the enemy really be that close? The Führer has just received his 56th birthday present from Stalin. The Battle of Berlin has begun. Hello, my enlightened scholars. It's your professor, Enlightened Enlisted here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Berlin campaign here in Enlisted. Today, the Berlin campaign was released for open testing, and not a moment too soon, as today is VE Day. If you haven't played this campaign yet, let me tell you, you're in for a real treat, as these maps are beautiful, with their burned-out rubble buildings showing signs of their former glory in the wreckage that is now the German Reich. Each corner of these maps are holding the danger of death as you fight to survive this hellhole. Honestly, while playing, I couldn't help but be taken back to the experience of watching the movie Downfall for the first time, feeling the desperation to either end the war or hold on to every meter of German soil. This is why I believe the invasion game mode is the best for this campaign, as it adds so much to the experience as you defend or attack each building in this immersive battlefield. The historical aspect of German troops fighting a delaying action against the onslaught of Russian shock armies just adds to the experience, while Conquest just falls short of that. Now, this campaign has no progression currently, which is fine by me, but I can see where the prestigious grinders who care so much about showing their dedication would be upset by this lack of advancement feature. However, I think it adds to the immersiveness of this campaign, allowing you to fight it without worrying about what guns the enemy has, because we're all on the same level playing field. With tanks and aircraft being a later model than those that we are used to in other campaigns, you're going to get a responsiveness and effectiveness that is drastically better than ever before, adding to the overall deadliness of this campaign. Weapon-wise, there are some new additions, but I will save the introductions for those on our Tales of the Gun series, which, by the way, if you don't want to miss out on that content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. It is the enlightened thing to do. Now, there are some issues I have with the map and the campaign in general as a historian. The fact is, the sheer amount of burned-out German armor lining the streets of Berlin, you would honestly think this was the Battle of Kursk. The amount of panther holes that I took cover behind make no sense whatsoever. I'm also slightly annoyed with the fact that the developers have looked at this battle as a 2x5 mile radius, focusing only on the government district of Berlin, when it was so much more expansive than that. It's not just the Reichstag area, there's the Seelow Heights and all kinds of other battles that need to go into this campaign. So, get my message out there. Go ahead and like this video to help us with the YouTube algorithm, and let these developers know that you want to see the Seelow Heights and the districts inside Berlin also added to this campaign. With all this being said, if this is the level of production we can expect from the developers, I am ecstatic with the future of this game, as we each day move forward in the community. Speaking of community, be sure to check out our social media links in the description. We love to talk history, politics, and everything else in between. While you're down there, be sure to leave us a comment on what you think. Is the Berlin campaign the GOAT or not? Which side are you going to fight on? Let me know. Until next time, guys, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers.